Come see us on tour. We'll be in Tempe, Arizona with a special celebrity guest on that show. Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. Hey, did you hear this? Breaking. The U.S. will send additional troops to the Middle East amid escalation between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Pentagon says. And that's from the AP. It has a picture of an explosion on it. I had to cover it up so they don't demonetize our story about it. But you know what explosions look like. I said, here you go, Biden and Harris. They got their war. Yippee. Hard to believe people could be excited to vote for this instead of terrified. Happening under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden right now. The lesser evil is at it again, sending more U.S. troops to the Middle East to protect a nation committing genocide. That's your lesser evil. So Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are a couple of neocons. That's what you call these people. And that's what was wrong with the Trump administration. He filled his cabinet with frickin' neocons. And they vowed to do better this next time, but I don't think he's going to get it next time. Here's what Benjamin Netanyahu said. Listen to this and see if this reminds you of him saying something similar to this. Think of this. Does this remind you of something?
I have a message for the people of Lebanon. Israel's war is not with you. It's with Hezbollah. For too long, Hezbollah has been using you as human shields. It placed rockets in your living rooms and missiles in your garage. Those rockets and missiles are aimed directly at our cities, directly at our citizens. To defend our people against Hezbollah strikes, we must take out those weapons. Now, starting this morning, the IDF has warned you to get out of harm's way. I urge you, take this warning seriously. Don't let Hezbollah endanger your lives and the lives of your loved ones. Don't let Hezbollah endanger Lebanon. Please, get out of harm's way now. Once our operation is finished, you can come back safely to your homes.
What does that remind anybody of? Does that remind of when he said the same thing to Gaza? He said the same thing to the Palestinians. Our war is not with you, it's with Hamas. Please leave safely. And then they bombed the hell out of them. They said, go here, we'll be safe. Then they bombed them where they went. And they flattened Gaza. Gaza's over. It'll take over a generation to rebuild Gaza, which won't happen. So here's a picture of the people leaving. Exodus in Lebanon after Netanyahu warned citizens to get out. 500,000, nearly 10% of Lebanon's population have been forcibly displaced. You want to see it? There it is. Look at all the cars. People trying to get the hell out of there. And by the way, you know how much proof Netanyahu offered that they were... It's exactly what they said to they're using you as a human shield. And then they just bombed the hell out of them. The U.S. is sending... No evidence that they have bombs at rockets and garages. None. The U.S. is sending a small number of additional troops. This is from the AP. I like how they qualify it. Small number. Into the Middle East in response to a sharp spike in violence. Why? So how does that affect me? Why are we doing that? Well, because Israel's our ally. Why? Why are they ally? How so? Between Israel and Hezbollah forces in Lebanon that have raised the risk of greater regional war. Yeah, so we can't let a greater regional war happen without us in it. We got to get some of the action. Major General Pat Ryder, Pentagon press secretary, would not say how many more forces would be deployed or what they would be tasked to do. The U.S. now, so this is a disaster. So Joe Biden's presidency has been a disaster. The war in Ukraine, Now this war in Lebanon, the war in Gaza, Palestine. It has been a disaster. And that's because Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are letting Benjamin Netanyahu run their foreign policy. The U.S. now has 40,000 troops. Where? In the Middle East. 40,000. You know how many cops there are total in Los Angeles? 12,000. Let me double check that. How many police officers are on the Los Angeles Police Department? No, 9,000. We'll round it up to 10. 9,900. Round up to 10,000. And that's how many cops there are for 3 shifts in Los Angeles. There are 4 times that many. I wonder what does that cost, you think? What do you think it costs to feed, clothe? On Monday, the aircraft carrier USS Harry S. Truman, 2 Navy destroyers, and a cruiser set sail from Norfolk, Virginia, headed to the 6th Fleet area in Europe on a regularly scheduled deployment. The ship's department opens up the possibility that the U.S. could keep both the Truman and the aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, which is in the Arabian Gulf, in the region, in case more just in case. If more violence breaks out, that means we're gonna do more violence too. And it acts like we're gonna be there putting out fires. That's just in case some more fires break out. We're gonna have our fire department there. No, we're not there. We're there with bombing. We're gonna bomb more, just in case violence breaks out, so we could do our own violence. The new deployments come after significant strikes by Israeli forces against targets inside Lebanon that have killed hundreds, and as Israel is preparing to conduct further operations. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Monday warned Lebanese civilians that we showed. The U.S. has concrete ideas for restoring calm along the Israeli-Lebanon border that it will present to allies and partners this week on the sidelines of the annual UN General Assembly gathering of world leaders. So that's taking place this week. So like today, tomorrow, Friday at the UN. The State Department official who spoke to reporters on condition of anonymity to discuss the private diplomatic effort said the U.S. and numerous other countries were eager to present an off-ramp for both Israel and Hezbollah to reduce tensions and prevent an all-out war. Good luck. The official would not. Israel does not want an off-ramp. They want an on-ramp. The official would not detail what the concrete ideas are because he said they had yet to be presented to allies and partners for what he termed a stress test for their likelihood of success. Ryder would not say if the additional forces might support the evacuation of American citizens if needed. I thought he was anonymous. Ryder? I thought the guy was, then all of a sudden they just say his name. They think that's a faux pas? They're saying he's anonymous. But now they say Ryder would not say if the officials, okay. The American presence in the Middle East is designed both to help defend Israel and protect U.S. and allied personnel and assets. Why are there U.S. personnel and assets there in the first effing place? Oh, that's right, because we're imperialists. That's right. Navy warships are scattered across the region. Why? From the eastern Mediterranean Sea to the Gulf of Oman, and both Air Force and Navy fighter jets are strategically based at several locations to be better prepared to respond to any attack. There wouldn't be an attack on us if we weren't there. Israel's top general announces plans for possible ground invasion of Lebanon. That's from today. So Israel wants a full-out war. Wow. Okay, you got your war. So Joe Biden's foreign policy, complete disaster. Couldn't stop this genocide in Gaza. Couldn't stop the genocide in Ukraine. the fact is they didn't want to. That's the real. So this idea is just like when they say, "Oh, democracy on the ballot." That's the last thing they want on the ballot is democracy. And so now there's going to be a huge regional war, and I think it's funny if Trump was president, you might get Democrats to protest this. You might get people in the media to protest it. But since it's Kamala Harris, nobody's going to say shit. Just like when Barack Obama was president, and he dropped more bombs than George Bush. Nobody said anything. So that's why, at least if there's a Republican president, you have a chance for people to protest it. Hey, have you ever wondered what happened to the legendary Chuck Norris? I know I do. I recently saw a video he made, and I was shocked. He's in his 80s, and he's still kicking butt and working out and staying active. That's true. What's even more shocking is he's stronger, can work out longer, and even has plenty of energy left over for his grandkids. He did this by just making one change. He says he still feels like he's in his 50s. That's me. His wife even started doing this one thing too, and she's never felt better. What is that one thing, Jimmy? Well, let's read on. She says she feels 10 years younger. Her body looks leaner, and she has energy all day. Chuck made a special video, which I watched. He made a special video that explains everything. Make sure you watch it by going to chuckdefense.com/Jimmy or by clicking on the link below this video. It will change the way you think about your health. Once again, that's chuckdefense.com/Jimmy and click on the link in the description below to watch the video now. I watched it. You won't believe how simple it is. Just a reminder, the legendary Chuck Norris is a whopping 84 years old, and yet he has more energy than me. That's true. He discovered he could create dramatic changes to his health simply focusing on 3 things that sabotage our body as we age. Watch his method by clicking the link in the description box below, chuckdefense.com/Jimmy. Come see us on tour. We'll be in Tempe, Arizona with a special celebrity guest on that show. Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.